Most people start a business for freedom, but along the way something strange happens. The business grows and their lives get smaller. They can't switch off, they can't step away. And if they stop working, the income stops. At some point, it doesn't feel like they own a business anymore. It feels like the business owns them. My name is Saman. You are watching BB Plus, my channel about business basics and more. The usual advice is simple: work harder, hire more people, push through. But that doesn't fix it because the problem is not effort. It is how the business is built. If you talk to enough business owners, you start to notice a pattern. They answer messages at night. They think about work constantly. They can't take a real vacation. And here's the surprising part. Often the business is not falling. It is working exactly the way it was designed. In Australia, the US, and the UK, the majority of registered businesses have no employees at all. They are run entirely by the owner. Even when they grow, many still depend on that one person. So the problem is not effort, the problem is dependency. When people start a business, they think they are choosing an idea. What should I sell? What service should I offer? But without realizing it, they are choosing something much more important. What the business will depend on to function. Every business depends on something: the owner, people, or systems. And that dependence determines your freedom. A business feels like a trap when it cannot function without you. In the beginning, most businesses depend entirely on the owner. You are the worker, you are the manager, you make the decisions, you solve the problems, you answer the customer. If you don't show up, the work doesn't happen. From the outside, this can look successful, but structurally something important is happening. You created income, but not independence. You didn't really build a business, you built a role for yourself. And this is where the most people get confused because from the outside it looks like success. This doesn't mean small business is wrong. There's actually a category for this, a lifestyle or professional practice business. Think about a doctor running a private practice. Patients don't want a system, they want doctor's expertise. The business depends on the person, and that's intentional. The same is true for consultants, designers, trainers. For many people, this is success. So, dependence is not the problem, the trap comes from a mismatch. If you wanted a personal practice and built one, you are satisfied. But if you expected a scalable company and unknowingly built a personal practice, that's when you feel the stuck. The difficulty usually appears when the business grows. More customers, more work, more people. You expect life to get easier, instead it gets harder. Everyone asks you questions. Should we do this? Is this okay? What should I tell the customer? Now you are no longer just doing the work. You become the decision center of the entire business. And this is the real trap. The owner isn't trapped because the business is busy. The owner is trapped because the business depends on their decisions. A business becomes free only when decisions no longer depend on one person. This is where systems matter. Clear roles, simple rules, documented processes. Think about a new staff member joining your business. In an owner dependent business, they ask you everything. In a system dependent business, they follow a process. Same hire, completely different outcome. Instead of people asking you what to do, the business already knows how to operate. A scalable business runs on instructions, not interruptions. Let's run a simple test. Imagine you disappeared for 30 days. No calls, no messages, no decisions. What happens? If the business stops, you own a job. If the business struggles but survives, you own a team business. If the business continues normally, you own a system. The goal isn't to scale fast, goal is to change what the business depends on. And the first step is surprisingly simple. Start documenting what you do, not hiring first, not marketing first, documenting first. What that looks like will differ. A consultant documents their client process. A retailer documents their fulfillment workflow. The format doesn't matter. What matters is getting it out of your head. Because you cannot delegate what only exists in your head. Entrepreneurship is not about making money. It's about designing how your daily life works. A lifestyle business, a growing company, and a scalable system are all valid, but they create very different lives. So, before asking what should I start, ask a better question. What should my business depend on? A business can give you freedom, but only if you design it to work without you and work for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got something out of it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe the channel. That will encourage me to do more videos like that. See you in another video.